The shrinking dollar, a century of change, a journey through time reflecting on the evolution of our currency, the US dollar. It's the currency we use every day, the backbone of our economy. Over the past century, the dollar has lost a significant portion of its purchasing power. This transformation has profound implications. What could you buy with a dollar in 1913, and how much could you buy with that same dollar in the future? We'll explain that in this video. If you enjoy the content, please help us out by subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like, and leaving your comments below. The gold standard, a promise of stability. For much of its history, the US dollar was tied to gold. This gold standard provided a sense of stability. It meant that the dollar could be exchanged for a fixed amount of gold. This system inspired confidence in the currency. The gold standard wasn't without its critics. Some argued that it limited economic growth. Others pointed out its vulnerability to fluctuations in the supply of gold. However, it remained the dominant monetary system for decades. The gold standard represented a different era in global finance, an era of fixed exchange rates and a belief in the enduring value of precious metals. But this era was not to last. The 70s, a decade of upheaval marked by significant changes and challenges. The 1970s marked a turning point for the US dollar, reshaping the financial landscape. The decade began with a pivotal decision, the end of the gold standard, a move that would redefine monetary policy. President Nixon took the dollar off gold in 1971, a historic moment that changed the course of economic history. This move, intended to address domestic economic concerns, had far-reaching consequences, both expected and unforeseen. The severing of the dollar's link to gold unleashed a wave of volatility in currency markets, creating new challenges for policymakers. The fixed exchange rates of the past were gone, replaced by a floating system that introduced new dynamics. This new system was more susceptible to speculation and global economic pressures, making the markets more unpredictable. The 1970s were a time of great economic uncertainty, with many facing hardships. Inflation soared, eroding the purchasing power of the dollar and affecting everyday life. The stage was set for a major global crisis as the world grappled with these profound changes. Oil embargo. A global shock. In 1973, the world was hit by the OPEC oil embargo. This event sent shockwaves through the global economy. Oil prices skyrocketed, leading to long lines at gas stations and a surge in energy costs. The oil embargo exposed the vulnerability of the US economy to external shocks. It also highlighted the inflationary pressures building within the system. The dollar, no longer tethered to gold, began a period of prolonged decline. The 1970s served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of the global economy. Events on one side of the world could have ripple effects that impact the lives of people thousands of miles away. Wait a moment. If you've made it this far, we could really use your help. Please subscribe, give this video a like and share it with others. Your comments and questions are also greatly appreciated. Thank you. Inflation takes hold. Prices on the rise. Inflation, the persistent increase in the general price level of goods and services, became a defining feature of the post-gold standard era. As the dollar's purchasing power declined, it took more dollars to buy the same amount of goods. The causes of inflation are complex and multifaceted. They include factors such as increased government spending, supply chain disruptions, and rising energy costs. Regardless of the cause, the impact on consumers is clear: a decline in their standard of living. Inflation is a silent thief, eroding the value of our savings and earnings over time. It's a constant economic force that we must learn to navigate. The dollar today, a continuing decline. The trend of dollar devaluation has continued into the 21st century. While the rate of decline may fluctuate, the overall direction is clear. The dollar of today has significantly less purchasing power than its predecessors. Several factors contribute to this ongoing decline. Government policies, global economic conditions, and technological advancements all play a role. Understanding these factors is essential for making informed financial decisions. The devaluation of the dollar is not just an abstract economic concept. It has real-world implications for all of us. What can a dollar buy? A trip down memory lane. Let's take a nostalgic trip down memory lane to illustrate the real-world impact of dollar devaluation over the decades. In 1913, a dollar could buy you a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and still have change left over. It was a time when the purchasing power of a dollar was significantly higher. Fast forward to today, and that same dollar might only buy you a pack of gum, illustrating how much the value has diminished. Imagine going back in time to the 1970s, a period of economic change and cultural shifts. Back then, a gallon of gas cost around 40 cents, making road trips and daily commutes much more affordable. A new car could be purchased for just a few $1,000s, a stark contrast to today's prices. Today, these prices seem like a distant memory, almost unimaginable in our current economic climate. These examples highlight the tangible effects of dollar devaluation and inflation over time. What once seemed affordable now requires a significant portion of our income, affecting our daily lives and financial planning. It's a poignant reminder that the value of our money is not static. It's constantly changing, influenced by various economic factors. The future of finance, uncertainty and opportunity. Predicting the value of the US dollar in 10 years is complex and opinions vary among experts. Several factors, including economic conditions, Federal Reserve policies and global events, will play significant roles in shaping the dollar's future. According to the economist Charles Schwab, the US dollar may face downward pressure in the near future, primarily due to anticipated interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. As interest rates decrease, the attractiveness of the dollar compared to other currencies might lessen, potentially leading to a gradual decline in its value. However, this decline is expected to be moderate rather than drastic. Only time will tell what the future holds for the greenback. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. How do you think we can protect our finances in the face of such rampant inflation? Do you believe the dollar will continue to dominate the world economy? Please share your thoughts and comments below this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next edition.